The night Marcus Hill decided to help someone who didn't deserve it, he almost didn't. He was exhausted, broke, and carrying the weight of a world that never seemed to give him a break. One wrong choice, one moment of turning away, and his life would have stayed exactly the same. But one small act of kindness changed everything. Sometimes, the biggest miracles don't arrive with flashing lights or loud applause. They arrive quietly, on dark streets, when no one is watching, except life itself. Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional stories that restore your faith in humanity, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps stories like this reach more people. Welcome to your channel name, where kindness still matters. Marcus was 36 years old, a single father raising his 8-year-old son Liam in a small apartment just outside Columbus, Ohio. Life hadn't turned out the way he once imagined. His wife had passed away 3 years earlier after a sudden illness, leaving Marcus to juggle grief, parenting, and survival all at once. Every weekday morning started the same. Marcus woke up before sunrise, packed Liam's lunch, tied his shoelaces, and walked him to the neighbor's apartment, where Mrs. Rodriguez watched him before school. Then Marcus headed to his job at a mid-sized marketing firm downtown. He wasn't a manager or an executive. He was a maintenance technician, fixing lights, cleaning floors, repairing what others barely noticed. His boss, Veronica noticed him even less. Veronica was sharp, successful, and intimidating. In her early 40s, she ran the firm with precision and distance. She didn't yell, but her cold stares could silence a room. Marcus had exchanged maybe 10 sentences with her in 3 years, most of them polite nods or quick instructions. To her, he was just part of the background. That Friday night, Marcus stayed late fixing a broken door lock on the 3rd floor. By the time he stepped outside, the city was quiet, the air heavy with the smell of rain. As he crossed the parking lot, he heard someone crying. At first, he ignored it. He was tired. Liam was waiting at home with a babysitter he could barely afford. But the sound came again, closer this time. Marcus turned toward the sidewalk and froze. Veronica was sitting on the curb, shoes off, mascara smudged, clutching her phone with shaking hands. An empty wine bottle lay beside her purse. She looked nothing like the woman who commanded boardrooms. A car slowed nearby. Marcus noticed 2 men watching from across the street, whispering. His stomach tightened. "Ms. Lane?" he said gently. She looked up, startled, eyes glassy with alcohol and tears. "Do I know you?" she slurred. "I work at the office." "Maintenance," Marcus said. "Are you okay?" She laughed bitterly. "Does it look like it?" Marcus hesitated. Helping her could cause problems. Office gossip traveled fast. But leaving her there felt wrong. "Let me call you a ride," he said. She shook her head. "My phone's dead, and I can't go home like this." Marcus glanced again at the men across the street. They were still watching. "Come on," he said quietly. "My car's right there." She stared at him, suspicious. Then her shoulders slumped. "I don't have many choices, do I?" Marcus helped her into his old sedan, carefully fastening her seatbelt like he did for Liam. She rested her head against the window, silent. On the drive, she spoke in fragments, about a divorce, about pressure, about always being strong and never being allowed to fall apart. Marcus didn't interrupt. He just listened. When they reached her apartment building, Veronica struggled to stand. Marcus supported her, keeping his distance, guiding her safely inside. He set her on the couch, placed a glass of water on the table, and wrote a short note with his name and number. "You'll feel awful tomorrow," he said softly. "Drink water. Lock your door." She looked at him, eyes suddenly clear for a moment. "Why are you doing this?" Marcus thought of Liam, of nights when he himself felt like collapsing. Because everyone needs help sometimes, he left without another word. The next morning, Marcus expected nothing. No thanks, no acknowledgement. At work, Veronica walked past him like usual, her face unreadable. Marcus told himself it was fine. Kindness didn't require recognition. But just before lunch, his supervisor called him to the executive floor. His heart pounded as he stepped into Veronica's office. She was composed again, neat hair, sharp blazer, but her eyes were different. "Marcus, sit," she said. He sat, bracing himself. "I remember everything," she said. "You could have left me there. You didn't." Marcus nodded. "I'm glad you're okay." She took a breath. "No one has ever helped me without wanting something in return." "I didn't want anything," Marcus replied. "I know," she said. "That's why this matters." She slid a folder across the desk. Inside was a promotion offer, facilities manager, higher pay, flexible hours, benefits he'd never had before. Marcus stared, speechless. "I also called HR," Veronica continued. "Your employment record is spotless, but more than that, your character is rare." Tears welled in Marcus's eyes. "Thank you," he whispered. She wasn't finished. "I also learned you have a son," she said. "If you ever need time for him, you take it. No explanations." Marcus left the office feeling lighter than he had in years. That evening he took Liam out for burgers. They sat laughing, fries scattered across the table. "Daddy," Liam said, "why are you smiling so much?" Marcus squeezed his hand. "Because someone was kind to me today." Weeks passed. Marcus settled into his new role. Life became easier, but more than that, it became hopeful. One afternoon, he saw Veronica standing near the elevator, watching him help an intern carry boxes. She smiled, not the cold professional smile, a real one. Kindness doesn't always change the world overnight. Sometimes it just changes one night, one choice, one heart. But those changes ripple outward in ways we can't always see. Marcus didn't save his boss to be rewarded. He did it because it was right, and in doing so, he reminded someone powerful of what it means to be human. So the next time you see someone struggling, especially when no one else is watching, remember this story. Your kindness might come back to you in ways you never imagined, and even if it doesn't, you'll still have something priceless, the knowledge that you chose compassion over indifference. Spread kindness. The world needs it more than ever.